Well, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is just a way for me to document a course I'm working on. So these videos most likely will not stay up too long. It is more for time constraints, memorizing what I'm doing. Of course, you can follow along while I do these. So I highly recommend, if you find what I'm doing interesting, to subscribe, to make sure that you're getting the notifications, just because I'm going to be putting out a lot of value that is going to be implemented into a course that I'm going to be creating. The course is making $2,500 profit with WooCommerce. If you're not exactly sure what WooCommerce is a type of plugin that allows you to create a store similar to Shopify. Now, it requires a few things. One, you need a web host. If you don't have a web host, I will make sure to link in the description a couple of good web hosts. I highly recommend the ones that I'm going to link to. So that's a shameless plug. If you sign up for those, I will get a kickback typically, but I'm giving you some good stuff here. Okay. So after you have your web host, you're going to want to install WordPress. Now, after you have WordPress installed, we're going to go through the motions and show you what to do exactly. So let's go ahead and go to our website. And in this instance, I'm going to be using secretfashion.club. So if you do not have a domain name, I recommend to go to Namecheap. You can pick one up for $1. This one cost me 88 cents. The web hosting that I'm hosting on now, got it for a year. I only paid $9.99. Granted, it's not the best hosting in the world, but it's going to serve the purpose of giving you guys a good demonstration of what can happen. Now, I'm using a couple of free tools here, and I can see that it's not loaded yet. So we've got to wait for HTTPS to load, but that's no worries. Don't worry about that right now. So when you have your WordPress installed, and if you don't know how to install WordPress, I'll be more than happy to link another video in the description showing you how to set up your WordPress quickly using cPanel. It literally only takes 2 minutes after you have a cPanel web hosting, especially if you use like one of the script installers. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just go into the back end. And how to get to your back end is just your domain name / WP admin. You're going to be taken to a page to log in. And let's go ahead and type in our username and password here. And I click remember me. So great. Now we are in our back end. This is a fresh install of WordPress. We're going to be needing a couple of things. One of the first things that we're going to need is to install a few plugins. So let's click plugins, and then let's click add new. So once we have the plugin section here, we can see a bunch of nice plugins that are going to be very useful to our business. BuddyPress, not quite yet. Maybe never. WP Supercatch. This is a product, a plugin that will be needed as we start to grow with traffic numbers. Okay, so what I want to install is actually Jetpack by WordPress. And this is just going to give us some some tools right out the gate. It's going to allow us to kind of track statistics a little bit. Not as full detailed as what we're going to be using, say, if we use like Google Analytics or something to that effect. We're going to wait for that to install. And we'll just click activate. It's going to most likely take us to authenticate with WordPress. So I'm going to click connect to WordPress. And we get an error. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. But this is neither here nor there. I don't want to worry about this too much, just because this is not one of the primary things that we need. It's just one of the first ones that popped out. So let's install a new plugin, and let's click Add New. Let's go ahead and get the meat and potatoes of what we need. So we need WooCommerce. If it will let me type it in. Okay, so we're going to click Install. Let's click Activate. Excellent. So what we're going to do is go through the steps of actually installing WooCommerce to the platform, to our WordPress installation. So let's click Let's Go. And this is where we're going to create the pages needed to run our shopping experience. So it's going to create a shop, which the shop is going to allow them to browse products. It's going to allow you to manage a cart where they can see the products that they've added to their cart. They're also going to get a checkout, as well as a My Account. And My Account is just where they can review their order details. They can see different types of information depending on what you put on it. Okay, so this is all good. We want to click Continue. Excellent. Now this is asking, where are we primary based? Now you want to select your state. If you're not in America, don't worry. You can still do what you got to do. This is just going to automatically add like sales tax to what we do. And I am going to charge sales tax just because it just has to happen. How you enter your product prices. I will enter prices exclusive of tax. So that means that we're going to be putting products in without giving the tax already added to the product. So let's click Continue. Now you can disable that if you want to. It's no worries. I'm going to ship in ounces or pounds. It really is up to you. If you have heavy stuff, go for pounds. If you have light stuff, go for ounces. Typically, you know, we're not on the metric system, so no worries there. We can click Continue. Oh, let me. Can I go back? I forgot to read that top one. Terrible on me. It's no worries. So let's click Stripe. And I don't really want to mess with PayPal. If you want to mess with PayPal, by all means, go ahead. I do not want any of these. Check payments, no. Give me your credit card. Bank transfers, too risky. Cash on delivery. If you had a delivery service, for example, if you had, say, a flower shop, and you wanted to sell flowers through your WooCommerce, you can definitely have cash on delivery. When you bring the products to them, you pick up the cash. A lot of people don't want to do that, but that is what it's there for. Okay, so we click Continue. And awesome. So your storefront is a free WordPress theme built by the maintainers of WooCommerce. So this is a free theme to use. Now, I'm not going to be using this theme most likely, but just for time's sake, I'm going to click install and activate the storefront, just so that there is something installed. Do I want to help WooCommerce become more awesome? They want you to give them non-sensitive diagnostic data. So essentially how long things take to process, if there's a bug ever to be hit. It's something that you can enable if you want to. Just because I don't want my site to slow down or have anything else kind of crazy, I'm just going to not allow it. I'm going to click return to the WordPress dashboard. Excellent, very good. So let's continue here. How long have I been live? Okay. So I'm trying to keep this very short. That way it's not too long and bombarding people. So a couple of things that we're going to need is we're going to have to get our Stripe keys. If you don't have a Stripe account, you can go to stripe.com, set you up an account. It's free. You will need a checking account. That way they can send your funds. So it costs you nothing. It may cost you to set up your checking account, but it's not something we need right now to get our store kind of presentable to where we can start to test before we go live, because we still have a lot more to do, but it's definitely something that is going to happen. All right, so let's show you how to get a free SSL. Now, what you want to do is you want to go to cloudflare.com. And I will make another video kind of explaining Cloudflare, just because within Cloudflare I have some niches already, and I just don't want to share those. Just don't take that personally. I love all of you, but I just don't want to show them because they're not ready to be seen. And then once I open up, Cloudflare, you'll be able to see some of my domain names. Granted, all of my domains aren't in there, but still the point just lies. So go to cloudflare.com, set up. It's easy. Just follow those simple steps, and it'll help you get a free SSL on your domain name. It's actually what I'm waiting for now for this. Let's see if it finally added. It has not added yet, so no worries there. So that does remind me, once you do have your Cloudflare set up, or you have decided to go for SSL, whatever, if you want to use Cloudflare and have a free SSL, which is what I strongly recommend to do when you're first beginning, just so you can quickly get started for the least amount of money as possible. You want to go to plugins, and you want to add another plugin. And don't let this confuse you guys. There's a lot of plugins and things that you're going to need in order to have your business successful. Don't think about it too much, but it's definitely going to be something nice for you. So what we need to type in is Cloudflare. And I really dislike the autofill. So Cloudflare Flexible SSL is what you need. And it should be the very first one that you see. So let's click install. And let's activate it. This is going to allow us to redirect all of our traffic to SSL once it happens. And great. So the next thing I want to show you guys is how to get products and things to that nature once you actually have your site kind of rolling a little bit. So let's look at what we have now, and we can see that we have a lot to go. We have a lot to go. We need a better theme. We need to get products in there. We need to get a privacy policy. We need to get a shipping policy. There are many things that we need, but don't let it discourage you, because all these things are simple and easy to get. So what I'm going to do to keep this short so you're not completely bombarded with useless information and I can break it up into segments, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. So if you want me to continue showing you guys how to create a WooCommerce store and how to get it profitable, because this is just the tip of the iceberg, folks. Once we have our WooCommerce store set up, we actually have products in it. We're going to dive into how to get followers, how to get engagements, how to set up a Facebook page. These are the things that are all going to be covered within this course. Now, my goal for everybody that's watching this is to help you guys get to $2,500 profit. Now, I know $2,500 to a lot of people isn't a lot of money. To me, it honestly is. I could pretty much pay every single one of my bills and have a little bit of money left over if I had $2,500 extra a month coming in automatically with just a little bit of work. I shouldn't say automatically. You know, there is going to be work involved. So I hope you're ready for this. I hope this kind of excites you a little bit. I hope that I am understandable with the things that I'm showing you. So the next video that we're going to be looking at is how to set up a couple of things. And those are going to be how to set up a system to automatically, well, kind of automatically import products to your store from providers that are going to give you really low discounted products that are going to allow you to ship them and give them for basically nothing and allow you to have kind of a profit. It's kind of a big deal. All right, guys, that's enough of me rambling. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody, and we're done.